most of us have been working. Most of us have been working. We've been in this country for a number of years, 20, 30 years. Have we been able to save 200,000? Have we been able to save 1,000,000? You know, that, we work so hard. We're working hard. Been working hard last 10, 20 years. We're going to continue working for the next 10, 20 years. Things won't change if we're doing the same thing, correct? Yep. So there's a product, and this is something, anytime you start talking about it, a lot of our people climb up and some of them run and they hide. But in about 1580 something, there was a product that was introduced that revolutionized the financial industry service. In fact, years later, you had families like the Rockefellers. How many we know the Rockefellers? We've heard of them. With families like the Rockefellers who use this product. You've got families like the Stanford family, the family who created or opened the Stanford University. You've got people like Ray Kroc. This is the McDonald's people who use this product. However, most of us, when we hear this word, when we hear this, we run for the hills. And what is this? What is this product? Once it comes up, and I think some of you got a glimpse of it here. But this product that if it is understood, if you understand how to use it, you understand just what it can do for you, it's a game changer. In fact, I was hoping that a lot of the young people would be here, because sometimes, I'll be honest, they say, they say honesty is the best policy. A lot of times you talk to old people and it's like talking to stones. Right, Pastor? Yeah. So I wish that the young people were here. But this product, if you understand this product, it's a game changer. What are we talking about? We're talking about life insurance. Life insurance. I know in our circles, the moment I say life insurance, what happens? We're thinking of what? Death. Yeah. And as a result, you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to die. But if you understand, life insurance is not about death. No. Where the purpose, of course, I've enjoyed all the presentations. Elder Lungu's presentation, I loved that, and all the others. Of course, my favorite was those young lady who did the presentation on tribalism. That was awesome, huh? And there's no bias, but yes. So understanding and really this, this is going to be a short session. This is a deep topic and cannot be discussed in 20, 30 minutes. But if you understand life insurance in this country and how you can use it, it's a game changer. We're talking about navigating through America here. If you don't have a plan, they always say if you don't have a plan, guess what? Uncle Sam, America will plan for you. Yeah. So let's look at this. Life insurance. What can you do with life insurance? Anybody have kids here? I've seen a bunch of kids. AZANA is blessed. Most of us have kids here. What is the plan for your kids' college? Some of your kids have gone through school already, but we've got a lot of young people. But the younger ones who are yet to go to college, what is the plan for your kids? What are you going to use to prepare for their college? Do you know life insurance can be used for that? Not just for dying, no. Not just for dying. Yep. Most of us are getting old in our older age. Some of us are already there. Well, as we get older, our immune systems stop working as good, and we are prone to illness. In fact, healthcare gets more expensive as you get older, correct? Yeah. What is your plan for that? You're talking of, we talk of a long-term care. What is your plan? Not all of us are going to be 80 years old or 70 years old and walking, talking like this. Life will happen and you may need extra help. What's the plan for that? Life insurance will do that for you. Yep. Also, we are all working. Most of us, in fact, our ability to earn money depends on what? Our health. You get sick today and you can't show up to work. You're not clocking in or out. Is money coming in? Yeah, the cash flow ceases. Question is, what do you have in place that would replace your income if you stopped working? For example, you're diagnosed with a cancer. We see how cancer and strokes and all these things are plaguing our community. You know, do you know that life insurance is a tool that can be used? That can be used. It's not just for dying. Of course, the primary purpose is to give a death benefit. That's the primary purpose. However, the right type of life insurance, yep, will give a lot of benefits which you can enjoy while you're still alive. And one of them is what we call critical and chronic illness coverage. You have a critical illness, and most insurance companies, will have a list of illnesses that are covered. So things like what? Heart attack, stroke, cancer, blindness, paralysis, yep, kidney issues, and you have to be on dialysis. None of things are covered. If life happens, you're guaranteed that you'll get some money so that your lifestyle is not impacted, so that your family is taken care of while you're still around. So life insurance, and I know we've got a lot of questions. I think I'll open it up for a few questions at the end of this, but as mentioned, later on this afternoon there'll be an opportunity. If there may be some things that are a little more sensitive and we need to talk about on the side, but this is what I do. This is part of my expertise with life insurance, planning for retirement, and a bunch of other things. And so just learning how to navigate America. Life insurance, if understood, is an awesome product. So I'm just going to move forward here, and the screen up here will catch up when it does. So life insurance is not just about dying. That's the number one thing you should get in your mind. It's not about dying. If you forget everything I say, just know that there's a lot more to life insurance. The Rockefellers and all these wealthy people built a lot of their empires with what? With life insurance. In the meantime, you and I, all we are told is what? All we are told is that life insurance is for dying. But that's not the case. So it's important to understand there's 4 types of life insurance. 4 types. And there's 4 types. In fact, I need to thank AZANA. I know for the last couple of years, we've been working on getting some coverage for our people. And a lot of us have the insurance with AZANA, which is great, which is awesome, because any type of life insurance is better than none. Yeah, but it's also very important to know what you have. Most people have products, they have policies or accounts, but they have no idea what they're covered for. Unfortunately, the day that life happens and they try to go and file claims on whatever, they realize that, oh man, I was not covered for this and that, and they're very sad and upset. So it's important to know there are 4 basic types of life insurance. Number 1 is what we call group life insurance. Group life insurance is usually life insurance you'd get either from work, yep, or you get through an organization like AZANA. That's what we call it group life insurance. The advantages of group life insurance, one you get from your job or through an organization like this, is that usually it's inexpensive. Yep, it's inexpensive. And usually there's now some disadvantages, and I'm just here to I'm here to share the good, the bad, and the ugly just on the surface. Time does not permit for us to go in depth, but the disadvantages of a group life insurance is that usually with the group life insurance, the coverage is usually smaller than other types of insurance. And if you're getting it from your job, for example, the moment you leave that job, your coverage ceases. Yep. And with group life insurance, it does not give you any benefits while you're alive. So the only way you benefit is when you die. However, now we're seeing a few group life insurances that give some benefits. They may say, okay, if you have cancer, we'll give you $10,000 or $5,000 or so. We are seeing a little more of that. But that's the first type, group life insurance. So that's what we have with AZANA. The second type of life insurance is what we call term. And most of us may be familiar with term life insurance. We see it on TV, with term, actually means it's just it's temporary. It's for a specific period of time. So you can have this for 10 years, 20, all the way to 30 years. And so some advantages of term is that it is usually cheap. Yep, it's cheap. And not everything that's cheap is good. Now, again, I'm just giving the good, the bad, and the ugly. Your situation, I'm not here to, I'm not here to give any tax advice or point you towards one product. No, I'm here to give, just give some information, and really each person's situation is different. So if you want to know what works best for you, you have to sit down with a licensed professional like myself, somebody you trust, somebody who's knowledgeable, and they'll guide you along the way. So with the term, yep, it's temporary. You can only have that for 10, 20, max of 30 years. It's cheap, and you see it advertised everywhere. Some disadvantages is that what? Is that number one, with the term, it's temporary. If you have it for 20 years, that's how long you have it. Yeah. Also, number two, term starts off cheap, but in the long run, it's more expensive. After 20 years, for example, that you put into, the insurance company will say, okay, Elder, you can renew this account. However, now, instead of paying $50 like you were doing before every month, now you have to pay about $5,000 or even more every month for the same coverage. Yep. Also, with your term policies, your term account does not allow you to grow wealth. There's something known as what? As cash accumulation. It doesn't allow that. So you cannot use it to grow your money. Yeah, you can use life insurance to grow your money, but not all types. And so, all right, I think we're still working on the back there. All right. So yeah, so there's just so many benefits, so many benefits and so many disadvantages to life insurance. So group life insurance is the first, term is the second. The third type of life insurance is whole life. Whole life. Disadvantage of whole life is that, number one, it's the most expensive type of life insurance. Yeah, the most expensive. And whole life does not give you what we call the living benefits. We talked about coverage against critical illnesses or chronic illnesses and so forth. It doesn't do that. However, advantages of it is that you may be able to use it to grow your money. So you could use it to accumulate, your money. The final type of life insurance is what is called the indexed universal life, which is, when we talk, I know, I think a lot of us, if you're on YouTube and on social media, you'll hear a lot of people talk of life insurance with living benefits. So it's life insurance you can use while you are still alive. And so some of the benefits of this is some of the things we've talked on. Things like you can use it to grow your money. You're growing your money without any losses, without any market losses. Yeah, without any market losses. And this is important because when you put money, for example, in the stock market, your money is subject to what? To the changes. Somebody in Washington wakes up on the wrong side of bed, you lose what you have in your account, or you lose some money. A war breaks out in Ukraine, you're losing money, And so with life insurance, you are guaranteed that you will not lose any money even when the stock market goes down. Why don't you lose? Well, and this is important. I wish our people knew this. Why don't you lose? The reason why you don't lose is because life insurance has what is called a minimum guarantee. There's a minimum guarantee. So the performance of your account, performance of your money or your account is linked to the stock market. That's important to know. It's linked to the stock market. Yep, it's just linked to the stock market. So for example, if you have money sitting in your account, when the stock market goes up 10%, you are going to earn 10% profit or interest in your account. If it goes up 5%, you're earning the same. But when the stock market goes down to the negatives, you are guaranteed that you're not going to lose any money. Why don't you lose? Why? Because again, because you have what is called a minimum guarantee. So the minimum guarantee acts as a buffer or as a protection, so that when stock markets are down, your money is not, is not messed around with. So all of these different types of life insurance, of course, as I mentioned before, not one product is good for everybody. You have to sit down and get your questions answered, and to look at your unique And so it's very, very, very important because, and I wish the young people were here. You talk of, building wealth and just preparing for the future and so on. for most of us, again, it's, they say it's never too late, but it becomes a little difficult at this point. It becomes a little difficult, but with our young people, we can set them up for life. This is a true story. True story. I went to school, had a good friend, very good friend of mine. And this guy, we went through school, got done with school. Guy got married. His parents gifted him what, $50,000. I said, wow, I wish my parents would do that. And this guy, all throughout school, and I kid you not, all throughout school, he never had issues with school fees. No issues with tuition. None at all. And I knew this guy, his parents were farmers. And he'd always talk about their struggles and all of this. So I sat there, I said, man, I asked him one time, I said, Tony, how come you never complain of school fees like most of us do? Scrambling for money last minute, trying to pay, to pay. How come? Why? What's the deal? What's going on here? Guy mentioned to me, he said, man, my parents don't make much. They're farmers. They don't make much. However, when I was young, I opened up this account, a life insurance account, which has been growing for me. And they've been able to take money from there to pay for my tuition and even for my wedding. Hey, they actually gifted me the account. I was like, wow, what if our people could do that? And it's not even about doing a big account. No, do something small. Do something small. By the time these kids are in college or so, they are better off. They've got, they're way ahead, or they can almost compete with their peers. So all this to say, there is so much to life insurance, and it's important that we understand. It's important that we understand. I had a great quote on the screen here. Maybe we'll get to see it, maybe not. But it says, this is what the quote reads. It says, life insurance isn't for you. It's for those who have to carry on without you. Yeah, it's for those who have to carry on without you. Life insurance is the last thing people want to hear about. However, it's the first thing they'll ask about when you die. That's the first question they'll ask. Do you have life insurance? Yeah. So let's look at this here. One of my favorite verses in the Bible. John 10:10. One of my favorite verses. It says what? The thief comes not to kill or steal or to destroy, but I have come that they might have life and have life more abundant. And I believe, the Lord is calling us to a life of abundance, not just in heaven, but here too. Imagine, look around here. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Imagine if we could build something like this. Imagine, a lot of us have got so many projects that we want to do. We've got so many projects that we want to do. However, we are broke. We've got no money. We can't do them. Even being of service in ministry, we cannot be. Why? Because the boss is calling you. You have to show up to work tomorrow. Yeah, you've got to clock in tomorrow. You are away from a home. Kids are being raised by TV, and you know who? Why? Because we're trying to we're chasing the money. What if we could do something different? The Rockefellers built their wealth. A lot of their wealth was built on life insurance. When somebody dies, they'll take policies on everybody. I mean, we're guaranteed we're going to die someday, unless the Lord returns. Most of us are going to die, right? Yeah. So they would take the insurance policies on everybody. And when that person died, when somebody died, that money, that money, that death benefit will stay in the family. They can use it to finance other projects and do a lot of stuff. Yep. So our take home is this. Don't be afraid of life insurance. Sit down, learn, get your questions answered. Yep. It's never too late. It may be difficult. I know our audience here is a little old. It may be a little challenging, but sit down. You may not know. You don't know what your options are until you sit down. You've got kids. You've got nephews and nieces. And again, I wish the young people were here listening to this, because, if they are set up from an early age, they'll be okay. The face of AZANA will be different. You won't have to worry about having to pay this and that, and a lot of stuff. No, we'll all be okay, and we'll be able to take care of each other. So with that, I think I'll open it up. I think we've got time for a couple of questions. Yeah. Okay. So I'll open up for some questions. Now, of course, bear in mind some questions I may not be answered. I may not be able to answer them in a setting like this because of HIPAA violations and so forth. But we can always meet on the side and so on. So I'll open the floor up for some questions. Again, this is a very loaded subject.
What's the difference between health, life insurance and health insurance?
Okay, excellent. So health insurance is what you need when you go see your doctor. Yeah, that's the easy way. When you go see your doctor, you need health insurance. Life insurance, however, the primary benefit of life insurance is what? Is to leave behind something when you die. Yes, that is life insurance with what? With living benefits. Yes.
You can leave. You can't use that. You leave that for the people who live long. You yourself, you can't use it.
No. So with so there's different types of life insurance. So health insurance, of course, is for your health when you go see your doctor. That's on the side. That's not what we're talking about. That's right. With the life insurance, there are different types of life insurance that will do different things. There are some types that you can use while you are alive. Which some of the uses will be what? So it's not just, so the use is not just when you die, but while you are still alive, you can use it to grow your money, access that money, even accessing it tax-free at times.
That's a better one.
Yeah, and so many benefits. You know, so excellent question. Excellent. All right, any other questions? Any? All right. Yes, Auntie.
Hello. Can you please explain the difference and what's the benefit of index insurance?
Let's see if we are. Are we back on here? Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. Sure. So the indexed universal life insurance. That's what you'll hear a lot talked of online, and you hear it referred to as what? Life insurance with living benefits. So it's not just about dying now, but you can use it while you are still alive. What are some of the uses? Of course, the primary, and I keep coming back to this because compliance states that I need to let you know the primary purpose of life insurance is what? Is to have something left behind when you die. However, with the indexed, yes, it will give you that, but you can also use it while you are still alive. Use it for things like what? You can use it to grow your money. Yep. You can use it to, you got kids, grandkids, you can open one for them in preparation for college. Yep. You can use it for a number of things. So even things like you're diagnosed with cancer, for example. While you're still alive, just because you're diagnosed, you'll have money paid out to you just because you had a diagnosis. Even things like long-term care. You get old and you cannot feed yourself or dress yourself, or you cannot do, I know we've got a lot of nurses and healthcare people in here, or you cannot do any two of the 6 ADLs. You get old, you can't feed or dress yourself, for example. Instead of ending up in a county nursing home where one nurse is taking care of 30 of you, you will have money to, you can use for whatever. You can hire somebody to take care of you in a place like this or in the comfort of your home. So the benefits are so many benefits, even things like lawsuit protection. Do you know, a lot of professionals here, lawsuit protection, whatever money you have in your life insurance is protected against lawsuits. Yeah, it's protected against lawsuits. So there's just so many benefits to it. Now, as I mentioned before, each and every one of you's needs is different. Each and every one of you's needs is different. The best thing that you could do is, of course, sit down and look at your unique situation, get your questions answered, and you can find out what works best, what is best for you. Now, the big thing I forgot to mention, with term life insurance, and this is huge because of our audience here. With term life insurance, we said it's what is temporary. Most companies will cancel your coverage at age 65. Yeah. At age 65, most companies will cancel your coverage. And so term life insurance for some of us here, you can't get it. It's too late. Yep. And even if you to get it, if next year you are about 65, most companies will cancel. Yep. Yes. But excellent question. All right, I think we've got time for a few more. Two more questions. Uncle Green, I see you twitching in your seat there. You got a question? Okay. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Any other questions here? Okay.
When you have that allows you to have living benefit, and let's say you have an emergency, perhaps it's paying for a kid's college or for a wedding or something like that. So you borrow the money that is yours. You've paid into it. You have a dividend. You borrow that. You have to pay it back. And can you explain that process? Because it's not like you can just take it, it's yours. It is, but you still have to pay it back. So can you explain that?
So excellent. So when you have access to your money, you can actually take money out from your life insurance. Two ways of taking money out. Two ways. You can either take it out as a withdrawal, or you can take it out as a loan. If you take money out as a loan, or let's do withdrawal first. If you take money out as whether you're doing as a withdrawal or as a loan, there's actually times where you may not have to pay that loan back or that money back. So when you take money out as a loan, let's see if I can simplify this. You take money out as a loan, the insurance company will say this. Okay, they'll say, okay, Pastor, you've taken this money out as a loan. You have an option. You can either pay back this loan, or you can choose not to pay it back. Suppose you took 50 grand out as a loan. Yep, they'll say you can either pay it back, or you can choose not to pay it back. If you choose not to pay it back, and by the way, now I'm talking specifically about what? The index universal life. Yep. If you choose not to pay it back, what will happen is that the day you pass, and they're paying out, they're paying out those the death benefit, they'll deduct the 50,000 and whatever interest that 50,000 has earned. Now, because it's a loan, every loan by law needs to have what? Interest. Yeah. And so the interest earned, before anybody asks, I'll just answer it. Interest charged on average, most insurance companies will charge you 2 to 3% interest annually. 2 to 3% interest annually. Go to your bank and try take a loan out for 50 grand. How much are they charging you? You know. So there are situations where you could take money out and you don't have to pay it back. Yeah. Excellent question. All right, I'll take one last one before I get kicked out. All right, we need a mic to our left. Yes, Elder.
Yeah, mine is just a request for information on the shopping arena. If you've had some research on what are the best insurance companies out there, which ones are good? Like if I want to go it on my way, alone. I know we have group insurance options. And you just refer to interest. Some have high interest, some have lower interest rates. And among our friends, unfortunately, the Western world talks of interest, but in the Arab world, among the Muslims, they go by certain principles that guide them according to their Quran. They don't have much interest.
Correct. There's no profit.
Yeah, but the Western Christian world has interest, which is a burden.
Yes. So
on policies.
Excellent. So As for what companies would be best for you, again, that's a conversation we need to sit down, because there's a lot of things to, to consider. There's a lot of things. So I cannot say company A would be best for you, because we still need to sit down and look at what your situation exactly is. Yes. So that's the short answer. So I think that's it for now. Again, there'll be sessions, or there'll be time later on. You can always flag me down or so, ask whatever question. But I'm here as a resource. I'm here as a resource. So we got our slides back on. Okay, let's yeah. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Nobody has any more questions. I think we're good. So brothers and sisters, again, the presence or absence of education is what's going to determine what direction we go. Let's not be afraid. Let's not be afraid to sit down and talk about some of these things. Learn so that you have so that you can make an informed decision. And I'm just going to, there you go. Again, life insurance isn't for you. It's not for you. It's for those who have to carry on without you. I'll say this. A few minutes I have left here. GoFundMe, brothers and sisters, GoFundMe should not be your emergency fund. No. Yeah, GoFundMe should not. My favorite verse, and that's my number on there. Usually I'm awake till 3 in the morning. Don't call me then, but yeah. So thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Do you have any questions? Just feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will hand it back to the moderator. Oh, right here. Otherwise, thank you very much.